Hey, welcome to the Danger Zone. It's Ashley. Everything in my video was found on a public domain, and the full disclaimers down below. Lots of love and many blessings your way. You guys, before we get to it, I want to show you what they've done to this multi-million-dollar home. They have literally put tarps up everywhere. They put up cheap cameras from Home Depot on a stick. They put up tons of no trespassing private property signs, the kind you get from Walmart for 97 cents. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Meghan and Harry, but those signs don't stop nobody. Trust me, my neighbors still creep around. Okay, so what I find absolutely hilarious about all of this situation is this. Harry is now their coffee runner. He's out and about getting groceries, sub sandwiches, running all these errands in a day. So he was spotted yesterday at the grocery store stocking up on goodies in the same raggedy old outfit he arrived to Canada in. Now, we'll get back to all that in just a second. I wanted to show you something real fast. And a big thank you to my buddy Shoshana for sharing this with me. Okay, so this has everything to do with the doll on her chest. I just find it totally creepy that she's okay with strapping a baby doll to her chest. Check out these customized children. These are baby dolls, and what stood out the most were their legs. And we're not the only ones that think they're strange. Listen to this. So remember in the beginning when Beyonce and Jay-Z made such a big deal out of Meghan being in the royal family? Had the ridiculous painting of her as a queen and put it out there. It was just bizarre. Evidently, they ruined things for themselves by their actions at the Lion King premiere. Because Meghan is trying to reach out to all of her new fancy friends, and nobody's returning her call, like Jay-Z and Beyonce. And they're not the only ones. So if we're to believe everything that they tell us, which I don't, we would believe that A-Rod and J-Lo had a double date with Meghan and Harry during their JP Morgan AIS in Miami. Now, I took it upon myself to call that hotel twice, not once but twice. They all but told me they weren't here. And the lady at the Habitat restaurant, you were very nice, thank you, all but told me the same exact thing. They weren't there. Somewhere, some way, they've crossed paths. So I'm being told that Meghan is reaching out to J-Lo and her people. And J-Lo shot her down several times. She's just too busy. And J-Lo's not the only one. Elton John has ghosted Meghan and Harry. They've tried getting in touch with him, and he's just been way too busy. And it's being said they tried contacting Ellen and her people. Rumor was for the longest time that Meghan promised to sit down with Ellen and give her the very first post-MEGXIT interview. And Ellen has left them hanging. I thought it was hilarious when Ellen was talking about how she just loved baby Archie and all his red tufts of hair. These people lie for each other. They cover for each other. And speaking of lies and cover-ups, it's now being said Doria had a major part to play in Meghan's plan going into the royal family. Doria knew exactly what was going to happen when she was sitting on the pew in the wedding chapel. When Meghan went into the family, she agreed prior to marriage that she would give up her career because that's the rules. She told the royal family that that was all over. It was a part of her past. She shut down all her social media accounts. She got rid of her agents, her Hollywood attorneys. Oh wait, no she didn't. It's now been discovered that the entire time going into this marriage, Meghan knew that she would be returning to Hollywood. She gave her mother the right to legally represent her with Hollywood agents and attorneys, to wheel and deal for her, to accept things on her behalf, sort of like power of attorney. But during the entire marriage, the entire relationship, Doria was keeping Hollywood going on Meghan's behalf. Isn't that like premeditated fraud? I would think. Does that exist? I was even told that Meghan communicated with her dad through Doria and a Hollywood agent at one point in time. And between Doria and the agent and this attorney, they were planting stories out in the media. Nasty story, along of course with the Sussex squad, such as this story about William cheating with Rose Hanbury. I'm being told by a very credible source the reason she did that to William and Kate was because she didn't like the fact that Kate caught on to her flirting with Max Beasley and told the royal family. Another thing that was told to me this morning was this. Okay, so remember the balcony scene where he's scolding Meghan? It wasn't planned for her to even be in that event that day. And she had arrived drunk, which totally embarrassed and humiliated Harry. And that wasn't the only time she was intoxicated. She and her buddy showed up to watch Serena play, and she had all those people moved so they wouldn't bother her. They're saying she was so drunk her friends had to literally hold her up. Harry has a lot to deal with these days. And another thing, if you haven't heard, she's having her people try to get her a spot on The View permanently. They're really hard up trying to make things happen. They are totally scrambling. In the meantime, they've been putting all these stories out into the media, telling all of us how they're gonna make multiples of millions, calling themselves the world's most high-profile couple. Yet nobody's returning their calls. Now getting back to Harry being sent out on errand runs, he moved there for super duper privacy, correct? Yet it's him running out to grab the groceries, not Marcus. Makes you wonder what's going on back at the house. Oh Lord, he is so naive. He is so naive. I'll see y'all soon and we'll talk fast. Stay safe and be blessed.